Hey guys, it's Goldie, and today I'm going to introduce you to the family that we're going to be using for my 100% challenge that I am creating and testing on this channel. Yay! In the last video, I went over the rules that I have so far for this challenge, so be sure to catch up on that if you're interested. I will post the link up at the top of the screen right now, and also the rules for this challenge will be linked in the description of this video. I didn't actually mention this in the last video, but I've been calling this the 100% challenge just because that's the most straightforward description of it, and also I suck at naming things. If anybody has a more creative idea for a challenge name, feel free to drop that in the comments and I will consider any suggestions that you guys have. But otherwise, I'm going to be calling it the 100% challenge because we are trying to 100% The Sims. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the game and meet our Sims. All right, here we are in the game, and these are the stars of the show for Generation 1. But first, let me give you a reminder of what Generation 1 is all about. The little summary blurb that I wrote for this generation says that a young married couple moved to Magnolia Promenade to make a name for themselves. One is an aspiring entrepreneur hoping to open their own bakery while doing freelance photography on the side, and the other is a detective who loves the outdoors as much as they love justice. There are no gender requirements for this generation, but I chose to make a husband and wife, so here we have our married couple. This is Callie Hunnett. I chose the last name Hunnett because, you know, 100%, 100, Hunnett, you get it. Anyway, this is going to be our entrepreneur. She has the fabulously wealthy aspiration, which is one of the requirements, and her traits are clumsy, squeamish, and creative. Squeamish is actually the only required trait because that came with Outdoor Retreat. The other ones were of my own choosing. This challenge leaves some room for you to be able to create your own personalities for your characters, and I picture Callie as one of those messy, creative, free spirit types. She has a lot of ideas that she wants to bring to life, but she's not always the most organized at putting them into action. I'm sure you probably know someone in your life who's the same. So she has a messy bun. She doesn't really wear makeup on a daily basis, but she knows how to clean up really nice. Let's take a look at her outfits, and I did want to let you guys know that this couple is on the gallery. My username is Goldie Gamer, as you can see here. Just be aware that I did use a lot of custom content, so if you try to download them, they will probably be naked. Also, you do have to check the, if you're searching on the gallery, you will have to check this checkbox to include custom content, otherwise they will not show up. All right, so let's take a look at her outfits. This is her everyday, and I'll give you a close-up of her face. I think she's absolutely gorgeous, if I do say so myself. Then we have her formal wear, and this is what I mean when I say she can clean up real nice. She looks absolutely gorgeous. And here's her athletic wear, her sleepwear, her party outfit, her swimwear. This is so cute. I love the pigtails. Her hot weather outfit, and her cold weather outfit. So I'm obsessed with her, love her. And now we'll move on to her husband, Jared. He's going to be the detective in this scenario. He is our outdoorsy detective husband. His name is Jared. He has the outdoor enthusiast aspiration, which is a requirement from Outdoor Retreat. His traits are self-assured, good, and loves the outdoors. Now, technically for the challenge, there are no required traits for this sim, but I mean, loves outdoors. I actually might turn loves outdoors into a requirement because that just makes sense for the outdoor enthusiast. I also chose good because he's a detective. His goal is to seek justice for people, so that just makes sense to me. And then self-assured, I don't know, that's how I think he would be. He would be very confident in himself. He doesn't really care what other people think. That's just how I kind of view him. I also imagine him to be a pretty simple man, kind of the opposite of Callie, because opposites attract, right? He loves his wife for who she is and all of her crazy ideas, while he acts as her rock and kind of grounds her in a sense. So that's kind of the dynamic that I see between the two of them. We'll go through his outfits as well. This is his everyday outfit, and here's a close-up of his face. He looks a little different from the Sims that I normally make. I made him so long ago, I can't even remember like if I got him off the gallery or what happened, but I really like the way he turned out. This is his formal wear, his athletic wear. I love this. Sleepwear, party wear, and I also made a secondary outfit for party wear that's just a bear costume because I realized that for outdoor retreat, the outdoor retreat pack came with the bear costume before any of the other packs. And there is supposed to be a special interaction that you can do while you're wearing the bear suit. So we're going to test that out. This is his swimwear, his hot weather outfit, and his cold weather outfit. Looks like a regular working man, right? I did make sure that they are married, and I gave them a close relationship dynamic. This is one thing that always trips me up. I always forget to edit this section before I create households. I haven't really played with the relationship dynamics too much. I'm going to leave the romance one alone and just see kind of how that develops. But in my headcanon for this couple, they are like a very in love couple. Possibly like newly married, but they don't have a strained relationship or anything like that. All right, let's get Callie back in her everyday outfit. And I think we're ready to actually go into the neighborhood and get them onto their lot. I'm so excited. Let's do this. So I'm going to call it the 100% challenge. This one's kind of cool. I'll take this picture. Let's go. So the starting season really doesn't matter. I'm just going to go with spring because that's the easiest, I guess. And then we do have to go to Magnolia Promenade, which is not the first place that most people would think to move your Sims into. For very obvious reasons. This is like the worst neighborhood ever. Technically not even a neighborhood. There is one empty lot though, so we're gonna use that to build our home. It costs $3,000 and we're starting with $22,000, so that should leave us with $19,000 to actually build a little starter home. All right, we need to update MC Command Center. Yay! So looking forward to that. Anyway, okay, so here we are. It's raining. Perfect. And now, according to the rules that I made, if you don't like building yourself, you can just get a house off of the gallery to start out with, as long as it is within the $19,000 that you can afford. Other than the money constraint, there are no other requirements for the build. That's an option. However, I am going to actually force myself to make my own build. I think I'm going to do it off camera though, because I really suck at building. And if I try to record the whole thing, I'm going to get nervous and it's going to take me like an hour. It might take me an hour anyways. So I am going to go off camera and build a little starter home. And then I will be right back to give you a tour. Okie dokie, here is the little house that I built. I am not a builder, as I said, so don't judge me. I actually am pretty proud of this one, to be honest. I pushed myself out of my comfort zone. The curb appeal is not too bad, I don't think. So let's take a look inside. There we go. Ooh, okay, here we are. Okay, so this is the very first time I've ever used mint green as like a color scheme for a build, and I feel like it turned out so good. I'm so happy with it. I was able to find colors in all the different things that actually go well together which is shocking. So we have a little humble TV over there because we couldn't afford much. A couple pictures on the wall. A nice rug and couch at an angle. And then over here we have our little kitchen. And I think we even have a nice view of the park across the street, which is super cute. Then when we go back through this door, we are straight into the bedroom, which has a navy blue theme, which is also new for me. I swear, every time I make a build, everything is just like black, white, and gray. Yeah. So this is different for me, just to say the least. Yeah, we can see the store on this side. We don't have too many decorations because we were on a budget, but I got one little thing of flowers over there. And then this door is going to be into the bathroom. Here we go. Here's our black, white, and gray. This mirror is actually really cute. Oh, look, I'm a vampire, guys. Whoa, I'm a vampire. You can't see me. All right. And then I do think I have laundry active, so that should be interesting to keep up with. Then if we go out through this door, we have a little backyard patio, which I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with this yet, but it is there. So I guess that will develop as time goes on, I'm sure. But yeah, the house is really small because it had to be, because we only had $19,000. But overall, I'm really happy with it. I think it's super cute for a starter build. And lastly, here's an overview to show you what it looks like as a blueprint kind of in build mode. Room to grow for sure. If you guys are interested in using my build as your starter home or just for any of your other playthroughs, it is on the gallery. As I mentioned earlier in this video, my name is Goldie Gamer. It is on here. Apparently I didn't use any custom content. I thought I did, but it looks like I didn't, because if you click on include custom content, you can see there's a ton of other stuff. My gosh, I have so much stuff on here from like ages ago, but yeah, the starter home is going to be right here, and you can do with that what you will. A cute 1-bedroom starter home. 1 bed, 1 bath. Also, I do have a series of making the Coral Island characters in The Sims. So we have Mark, Theo, Leah, and I am going to be continuing that series as well. So if you're interested in that, you can go check out those videos or download them on the gallery. But we are pretty much ready to get this challenge started. I'm super excited to dive into their lives and see what we can do with this new challenge and see how it works. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you're interested in following this series, please hit the subscribe button. Also, please hit the like button if you haven't already and you enjoyed this video. And I will see you in a new video very soon. Bye!